Hi, Hailey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to like the best icebreaker for meeting in person in the first time, even though we've talked a lot and you've been obviously working with us more and more. I am super happy to have you here on Get Up Close. So thank you for being here.
Very excited to be here, and I'm really glad to talk with you today. Okay, well, I feel like, so I have this whole like sexual porn side to myself, but I did go to school for biology. So I have a biology degree, and that's like my like kind of like real passion, like quote unquote real passion. I love ecology, I love evolution, and so like I'm just like a big nerd, really. Well, I was kind of in the generation where like Tumblr was my main exposure to porn. I feel like that's probably where I first started seeing it or like looking at it, but it was all like super kinky stuff. Like it was like bondage, like dominating stuff, like daddy dom little girl things, and I was like, is this what like sex is for most people? I was like, okay, I guess like sex isn't like cool or exciting unless it's like kinky. Mm-hmm. And so that kind of got instilled in me from that. But as I've like grown and developed as an adult, I'm like, okay, we don't always need the bondage. We don't always need the whips and the ties and whatever. It's like, I have a lot more fun having sex just like naturally in my own way than like what I thought sex was. You know, recently a guy asked me this question. He was like, how do men compete with toys in the bedroom? And I was like, okay, like let's reel it back, because that is a complete wrong way to look at it. And I feel like a lot of men kind of maybe feel this way, where like their partner or like women will orgasm more from vibrators or toys and whatever, and maybe they feel a little bit intimidated by that. But I think the perspective they should have is that like if a man came into my room and he was like, what toy do you like? Let me use it on you. That's amazing. I'm like, let's hook up every day. If you're open and confident enough to like let the toys be a part of us interacting together, that's really something that can like take sex to the next level. And I think a lot of people feel maybe emasculated or some type of way about that. But I think if you can be confident enough to just integrate it and like be like, yes, I want to make you come any way that you like, I feel like that's like something that really needs to be happening more in the bedroom. Well, it actually all kind of started when I met my husband, Max Fills, and we started dating, but we didn't want to be monogamous and we wanted to like still see other people. So we got the idea of like swinging and playing with other couples and things. So we just like go on Tinder and whatever the dating sites and like find other couples to play with. And we would like, they become our friends. So I would sending nudes to these people. I was sending sex clips and nudes and all these things to my friends, and they were all, I got like great feedback on those. So I was like, you know what, like maybe this can move into the OnlyFans space, because at the time also I like hated my job. Like I already quit. I needed something to do. And so I was like, I already have like some nudes and videos. Like I was just like, I don't know, let's just dive into OnlyFans. I was like ready to go. So I started a couple account with Max, and it's just like grown from there. And then I was doing OnlyFans for about a year before I was offered to do a scene for Brazzers. And so that was my first professional scene about a year ago, actually. And now I've been shooting a few times a month for about a year, and I absolutely love it. I love being on set. Like I love being able to like show off my sexuality and like really embody my sexual self. It's just been a blessing, honestly. Yeah. There was one time, so this was back in college. I had my own dorm room at the time. Like I was lucky enough to get a single room, so I could kind of just like bring dudes back whenever. And this was actually on Halloween. One of my friends like brought their friend over to party with us, and he was like a Marine. And so I was like, oh, okay. Like I don't know. He was well built, and I was like, okay. So
he was
a
like, Marine.
Yeah, we were flirting and everything. And so we go back to my room to fuck. And so I kind of had my bed like set up like right against my dresser, and college me, I had left a bowl of cereal on the top of my dresser. I think you see where this is going. But so he's fucking me like really hard on the bed, and like the dresser's like shaking, and then it's shaking, and the bowl of cereal literally falls right onto my face. The dresser like fell the other way. All my clothes fell out, and I'm like soaked in milk. And I was like, you gotta keep fucking me. I'm like, we can't. I'm like, this is so like random, but like so hot. I'm like, yes, destroy my bedroom, like ruin my sheets, like let's get messy.
What kind of cereal was it? That's what we all want to know.
I think it was Fruit Loops.
Okay, good.
It was Fruit Loops.
I was hoping that. That's what I pictured in my mind.
I think maybe like don't rush it. Maybe like find something that works for you that you like and start there, and it'll open more doors. Like when I started the OnlyFans, I never thought I would be like sitting here, but I was just like, okay, like let's start, like just start with something and then it'll like snowball really easily. So yeah, I think, and the other thing I like to say is that you don't have to do anything that you think a porn star should do. Like I always thought that like I had to do anal and that like I had to do this and that and that, but like it's really more about if you do the things you like and make content you're happy with and you share that, A, people will see that and they like to see people enjoying their content, and B, you'll attract the fans for the niche you're making. Like you don't have to do like the most popular things, you just have to do your thing and do it well.
Amen to that.
Like they say, build it and they will come.
Yes, that is right.
Yes.
Well, Hailey, you've certainly been building, and I'm so impressed with the work you've done so far. It was such a pleasure to get a chance to talk to you today. I can't wait to see what you're going to continue to do with Adult Time and every other company that's fortunate enough to work with
Me
you.
too.
All right, my friend, I will see you soon. Take care.
Thanks so much, Bree.